The broadcast on Chinese state television began like any other grand military showcase, with rows of soldiers marching in perfect formation and the world watching closely for any sign of new technology. But then, the spectacle took a dramatic turn. A missile arced through the sky and released a dark, shimmering cloud over a mock city, catching the attention of viewers everywhere. Instead of the expected explosion, there was something far more unsettling. The city's lights flickered, then died out completely, plunging the entire area into a sudden total blackout. This was China's new Blackout bomb, a weapon never before seen by the public, now revealed to the world for the very first time. Unlike traditional weapons that rely on brute force, this device doesn't destroy buildings or take lives directly. Instead, it paralyzes entire cities by targeting the electrical grid, the lifeblood of modern civilization. The message was unmistakable and chilling. China now possesses the ability to plunge a city, a military base, or even an entire region into darkness, all without firing a single explosive round. The silent, invisible nature of the attack is what makes it so unnerving. There's no warning siren, no blast, just a sudden, eerie quiet as everything stops working. Around the globe, military analysts and security experts scramble to understand the implications of this new weapon, debating its potential impact on future conflicts. This wasn't just another addition to the arsenal, it was a tool designed to disable the invisible infrastructure that powers every aspect of modern life, from homes to hospitals. Hospitals, communications, water treatment, financial systems, and military command centers all depend on a steady flow of electricity. Without it, society grinds to a halt. A weapon that can turn all of that off in an instant is a formidable tool, capable of causing chaos without a single shot being fired. China's video was more than just a demonstration. It was a warning, especially aimed at Taiwan and the United States, both of whom rely heavily on advanced infrastructure. Military planners have long debated how a conflict over Taiwan might begin, weighing the risks of escalation and the vulnerabilities of each side. This weapon suggests a new and unsettling opening move: blackout before bombs, disabling defenses and communications before any physical attack even starts. Imagine Taipei, the heart of Taiwan, suddenly plunged into darkness. Communications fail, government leaders are cut off, and military coordination collapses in the confusion. This is the future of warfare that China is preparing for, one that disables rather than destroys and leaves cities intact but powerless. The world took notice, and concern spread rapidly. The silent weapon had made a very loud statement, echoing far beyond China's borders and into the halls of power worldwide. The rules of conflict are changing, and nations everywhere are now rethinking their strategies in the face of this new kind of threat. The world is listening and preparing for a future where the first strike might come not with a bang, but with the flick of a switch. So, what exactly is a blackout bomb, and why does it matter in today's world? It's a non-lethal weapon specifically engineered to disrupt and disable electrical power grids on a massive scale. Unlike traditional bombs that destroy buildings and infrastructure, a blackout bomb doesn't cause explosions or fire. Instead, it creates massive short circuits that can instantly knock out electricity. The bomb is designed to target high-voltage lines and substations, causing widespread electrical failure, often without leaving permanent physical damage behind. Imagine overloading your home's circuit breaker, but now picture that happening across an entire city or even a region. The effect is sudden, dramatic, and far-reaching. The blackout bomb works by dispersing thousands of ultra-fine conductive fibers, usually made from carbon graphite or aluminum-coated glass, over electrical equipment. These lightweight fibers float down from the sky, draping over transformers and power lines, instantly shorting them out and causing the grid to fail. The result is a cascading blackout that can cripple an entire region in just minutes, leaving millions without power. The weapon's precision and non-lethal nature make it especially attractive for military use, allowing for strategic strikes without direct confrontation. It paralyzes critical infrastructure while minimizing civilian casualties and reducing the risk of international backlash that comes with more destructive weapons. A city without power is a city in chaos. Hospitals, water treatment, communications, transportation, and the economy all grind to a halt, creating confusion and fear. It's a way to win a war or force negotiations by simply turning off the lights, leaving the enemy powerless, literally and figuratively. The blackout bomb is a powerful tool for coercion and control in modern warfare, giving militaries a new kind of leverage. This isn't science fiction, it's a real technology that militaries around the world are actively developing and preparing to use. The threat is real, and the consequences are immediate, affecting daily life, safety, and national security in an instant. In our hyper-connected age, the most dangerous weapon may not be the one that explodes, but the one that simply turns everything off with the push of a button. And that's what makes the blackout bomb so unsettling, a silent weapon that can bring an entire society to a standstill in the blink of an eye. Here's how a blackout bomb attack unfolds. The bomb can be delivered by cruise missile, ballistic missile, or dropped from an aircraft. It doesn't need pinpoint accuracy, just proximity to the target. At the right altitude, the warhead bursts open, releasing submunitions packed with graphite filaments. These canisters spread a cloud of conductive fibers over a wide area. As the fibers settle, they drape over uninsulated high-voltage lines, creating massive short circuits. The surge overloads the system, tripping circuit breakers and shutting down the grid. The blackout spreads rapidly, sometimes cascading across entire regions. The filaments are so light, wind can carry them further, prolonging the chaos. Cleanup is slow and difficult. Blackouts can last days or weeks. The attack is silent, but its impact is immediate and far-reaching. China's so-called blackout bomb might sound like a cutting-edge innovation, but the concept isn't new. In fact, the US military pioneered a similar weapon over 30 years ago, long before it made headlines in Asia. During the Gulf War, the US Navy deployed the CBU-94B soft bomb, a specialized device designed to silently disable Iraq's power grid without causing massive explosions or civilian casualties. Tomahawk cruise missiles carried and released clouds of ultra-fine, conductive graphite fibers over key electrical facilities, short-circuiting transformers and plunging entire regions into darkness. The result was immediate and devastating. 85% of Iraq's power generation capacity was crippled overnight, leaving millions without electricity. Baghdad, the heart of Iraq, went dark, and Iraqi military defenses were thrown into confusion and chaos, unable to coordinate or communicate effectively. This blackout bomb paved the way for coalition airstrikes, allowing them to strike with minimal risk and overwhelming advantage, as enemy radar and anti-aircraft systems were rendered useless. The weapon proved so effective that the US used an improved version during the NATO campaign in Serbia in 1999, once again plunging cities like Belgrade into darkness. Despite these successes, the blackout bomb quietly faded from public attention, overshadowed by more dramatic and destructive weapons in the years that followed. But the world's militaries were paying close attention. China, Russia, and other nations studied the American graphite bomb, eager to replicate and improve upon its silent, paralyzing power. China's version isn't a brand new invention, but rather a refinement and integration of this technology into their modern military doctrine, making it even more effective and harder to defend against. The lesson is clear: silent weapons, which can disable entire cities without a single explosion, can be just as decisive as the loudest bombs. The legacy of the blackout bomb is now global. This technology is spreading rapidly, changing the way wars are fought and nations defend themselves. And as the world watches, the race to control the next generation of silent, invisible weapons is only just beginning. China's public reveal of its blackout bomb is a calculated move. The PLA is modernizing, aiming to challenge US dominance in Asia. It's not just about more ships and missiles, it's about new ways to fight. Chinese doctrine favors asymmetric warfare, targeting an enemy's weaknesses, not strengths. The blackout bomb fits perfectly, paralyzing a technologically superior foe by attacking its fragile infrastructure. Rising US-China tensions make this weapon especially relevant. US bases in the region depend on stable electricity. A blackout bomb could disable these assets in the opening hours of a conflict without triggering all-out war. By showcasing this weapon, China sends a clear deterrent message. The threat of sudden, widespread blackout complicates US and Taiwanese planning. It's psychological warfare, creating uncertainty and hesitation before a shot is fired. Nowhere is the blackout bomb's impact more critical than Taiwan. Beijing sees the island as a breakaway province, and invasion is a real risk. A conventional assault would be costly. A blackout bomb offers a subtler first strike. Imagine Taiwan's cities plunged into darkness, government and military coordination crippled. Chaos and panic would spread, weakening resistance and buying China time. A non-lethal first strike could delay US intervention, giving the PLA a crucial window. The bomb could also be used for coercion, temporary blackouts to pressure Taiwan's leaders. For Taiwan, defending against this silent threat is now a top priority. China's blackout bomb could spark a new arms race. Other nations, Russia, Iran, North Korea, may rush to develop similar weapons. The perceived non-lethal nature lowers the threshold for conflict, making war seem less risky. But the humanitarian impact is severe. Hospitals fail, water stops, chaos erupts. A blackout bomb blurs the line between civilian and military targets, challenging the laws of war. Retaliation could escalate quickly, turning a silent attack into a devastating conflict. Nations will spend billions hardening grids, diverting resources from other needs. The constant threat of blackout breeds fear and mistrust, making diplomacy harder. The shadow of this weapon could darken global security for years. Some analysts say the blackout bomb threat is exaggerated. The technology isn't new and countermeasures exist. Hardened components, rapid repairs. Weather can limit effectiveness, rain and wind can disperse the fibers. Modern grids are increasingly protected and buried, reducing vulnerability. Cleanup is a double-edged sword. Occupiers must restore power, complicating invasions. The bomb isn't a superweapon, but it doesn't have to be perfect to cause chaos. Even a partial blackout can disrupt society and influence decisions. The mere threat can alter the course of a crisis. It's a potent tool, but not an unstoppable one. Understanding its limits is as important as recognizing its dangers. Warfare is changing. Explosions are giving way to silent, disruptive attacks. Weapons like the blackout bomb target the invisible systems that run our world. The line between war and peace is blurring. Conflict now lives in the shadows. Nations can inflict massive damage without firing a shot, challenging old rules. The first step is recognizing our vulnerability. Technology is both our strength and our weakness. Governments and industries must harden infrastructure and plan for failure. Security now means protecting power plants and data centers, not just borders. The blackout bomb is a symbol of this new era, a warning and a challenge. The future of conflict may be silent, but its impact will be loud. Are we ready to face the darkness?